grocery delivery during the coronavirus pandemic. You don't have to go to these links, but it's what I do. Put on your grubbiest shirt because you're going to be changing this later. I like to cover my eyes. I like to cover my mouth. The only reason I cover my hair is to keep it out of my face. Okay, our delivery is here. Let's open the door. Right. So we did have a beer delivery with this order, so I've taped my driver's license to the door so that the delivery person can take a look at my ID. And the groceries are here. All right. That's the heavy one. So this is a several-step process. The first part of the process is, let's take these into the bathroom. This is a big part of the process. Wash, 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 wash. Make sure you get under those rings. We've got all the grocery bags in the bathtub. So this is an area that I can clean later, but for now, we're going to separate it into things that can't be washed and things that can be washed. So I've got all my bags ready. Let's go. All right. Boxes of cereal can't be washed. Now, if you have lots of containers, you can just open them and dump the contents into something else. Or you could just open the boxes, take out the cereal, and use that and not have it in the boxes anymore. For me, I don't need this right away, so I'm going to set this aside for a couple of weeks. All right. Now in our house, our oldest son is living home again, so he's placed a couple of orders. So I'm going to put his stuff in another bag. These are things that can be washed. So that's a washing bag. Now, carefully take the empty bags and put them in another bag that you've already got prepared. We're just going to set those aside. All right? Not sure why we have these. We didn't order them, but that's okay. Oh no, actually we did. Never mind. So these I'm going to set aside as well because I don't need them yet. They're going to go into their own little quarantine. Some more things that can be washed. Now, meat. Meat goes into its own bag. And what I do is I have a lot of freezer paper. So I'm going to open this stuff up carefully. I'm going to dump it on prepared pieces of freezer paper. I'm going to throw the wrapper it's in away, wash my hands, and then wrap it up to put in the freezer. Remember, your meat is going to be cooked, and it's going to be cooked at a temperature that will kill everything. All right. Had an order for a little bit of light sedative. So what you can do with this is just take it right out of the package. My hands are not clean, so I'm going to have to wash this. But if you had it prepared, you could just take this out of the package with clean hands, with one clean hand, and it would be fine. Then you just throw throw the package away. I am going to wash those because my hands weren't clean when I touched them. Whew. Okay, we've got everything portioned into its proper bags. We've got the contaminated bags are just going to stay there for the next week. Now, let's move on to the next steps.
So hand wash number 2.
Make sure you go all the way up your wrists as well, any place that those bags may have touched. Okay, so I've moved everything into its places. The washable stuff is in the laundry tub. The fruit is in the kitchen. We'll see that in a minute. And then we'll put the quarantine items away after that. Right now I'm washing my hands again because I've touched the bags, and I want to stick my hands into some disposable gloves. So while I was waiting for the delivery to come, I prepared my area for cleaning. Got a couple of towels that I'm going to put things on later. Got my gloves, and I've got my Lysol bleach. This is the reason for the glasses, because it's really easy to splash up into your eyes. So that's why I'm wearing the sunglasses. Okay, let's start. So any item that can be washed, we're just going to give it a little squirt. We're going to cover the whole thing. And don't worry about putting bleach on the top of this. You're going to be rinsing it off later. Make sure you get the bottom. That one's done. Now I always know that my bleach bottle is not clean. So it's okay to touch it because I assume all the time that it's not clean. Get under the rims. And the reason we're doing this is because we're getting deliveries. We don't know the delivery people. We're sure they're taking all the precautions that they can, but it only takes one sneeze. Spam. Who the hell eats spam? You know when you eat spam? Wartime. This is wartime. I'm still not eating it, but okay, and that's what we'll do with the rest of them. Okay, now we come into the kitchen. This is where we can do all the washing of things like fruit. So I've got my scissors already ready. I'm still wearing my gloves only because I don't feel like washing my hands again. So now I know this area is contaminated. I'm going to go back. I'm going to wash that up after I'm all done. So I've got a sink with bleach water. You can look online to find out what the ratio is of bleach to water for washing fruit. So I'm going to make sure all of this is really well submerged. And as I go, probably about 5 minutes from now, I'm going to come back and I'm going to stir it up again. Anything that it came in goes straight into the trash. And the dog does not. Now this kind of bag, I can save. And there's a reason for that. Once this gets past, maybe I like to give it 2 weeks. I can use this to store other things that I don't want to store in their original wrappers. So I'm going to keep this, I'm going to set it aside, and I'm going to put it in that bag that we saw earlier that I was putting all the grocery bags into. Because this can be useful. I don't like to use plastic once if I can avoid it. And now we come to the question of bananas. Now, I could probably put these in here, but banana skins are a bit more permeable than oranges. Now, we are gonna give these all a really good rinse, but I don't want that bleach water to soak into the banana. So here's what I do. I have a little space down here, and I've got my little sign. Okay? So we always know to give those bananas a wash singularly with some soap before we use them. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is, these are things that I'm going to use right away, but even if I wasn't going to, I would transfer them to another container. So I've got one less thing to think about. This goes straight in the trash. Now corn, you don't eat raw. So that's gonna get boiled. I don't have to worry about it too much. That's fine. These we're gonna have tomorrow. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Now, I deal with the meat last because obviously you don't want to be touching raw meat and then touching anything else. That goes in the trash. That goes in there. Okay. I know, that's tempting, isn't it, Ruthie? Okay. I'll put those away in a minute. We still got our fruit here in the bleach water. This is probably done. I throw this in to the bleach water, so I know that's clean. Give a little rinse here. Now, the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all my grocery bags. I've been piling them in the laundry room. I'm going to throw them straight into the washer. I'm gonna finish rinsing off everything that I've still got cleaning, all the canned goods. Then I'm gonna take off these clothes.
Not on camera.
Not on camera. Throw them in the washer. Everything gets washed. And all the towels that I will have used, all of that gets washed, dried, and we're golden. All of the things that couldn't be washed, but I don't really need them right away, I'm gonna put into quarantine. So we had a delivery about a week ago, and then we had a delivery probably 2 weeks before that. So all the things that have been 3 weeks are now in our cupboards. Let's go look at the closet. Okay. Here's my little quarantine quarters. These are the 2 bags of things that I don't need right away. So I'm gonna leave those right here. I know that these are the newest things, and I've marked on my calendar when each of my deliveries are. These are the things that we got a week ago. So they're probably all absolutely fine. I like to leave things as long as I can if I don't need to use them right away.